Are you a blogger struggling to come up with fresh and engaging content for your personal website? Or maybe you're a writer looking for some inspiration? Well, look no further, because in this video, we're showing you how to use ChatGPT, the revolutionary AI writing tool, to take your blog writing to the next level and increase the money you make online. Hi everyone, and welcome to AI Marketing and Creator Tools, where we try and research the newest AI tools, distill them down to what's actually worth using, and then teach you how to use AI to become a better content creator. Writing blogs can be a very time-consuming and frustrating process. What topic do I even want to write about? How should I structure it? How can I even get people to find my blog in the first place? These are all questions we've probably asked ourselves from time to time, and it's left us feeling very frustrated. Believe me, we've been there. Thanks to ChatGPT, writing high-quality blogs that get organic traffic has never been easier. ChatGPT is a powerful AI writing tool that can help you improve your writing and optimize your content for search engines. With its advanced natural language processing capabilities, ChatGPT can generate high-quality content suggestions, check your grammar and spelling, and even help you generate new ideas for your next blog post. So whether you're a seasoned blogger or just starting out, ChatGPT can be a valuable resource for improving your writing skills and creating content that engages and informs your audience. So use this video as a step-by-step guide on how to use ChatGPT to get the most out of your blogs. I'll start with idea generation and cover things like how to structure your blog, how to write a catchy hook, how to make your blog SEO friendly, and even show you how to use ChatGPT as your personal editor to check your work. So sit back, relax, and get ready to take your content creation to the next level with ChatGPT. Enjoy the tutorial.
First part of any blog is you got to find the topic you want to write about. ChatGPT is great for this. The first thing I want to do is get my topic. So the time I'm recording this, ChatGPT 4 just launched yesterday. We'll see what the new ChatGPT 4 can do. We're going to be having plenty of explainers and tutorials with ChatGPT 4 upcoming. So if you want to learn more about it, make sure to subscribe to this channel as we'll be going more in depth. So for the blog, first I want to come up with my list of topics. So generally you're going to know what niche you want to write about. Granted, we're talking about AI writing. Let's say the topic I want is in the field of AI and tech. So I'm going to go to ChatGPT. Please give me 15 topic ideas to write about in the tech industry with AI writing. And let's see what it spits out. I will say ChatGPT 4 is a little bit slower than ChatGPT 3.5, which is like the one that a lot of people have been using. It's supposed to be somewhat smarter, quote unquote. But looking at what we have so far, future of AI writing, how it revolutionized content creation, balancing creativity and automation, education, personalizing content, journalism, pros, cons, challenges, AI-powered chatbots, customer support and engagement. Number 8 is so far really sticks out. That's something that I think everyone really likes is SEO, especially if you're familiar with blogging. For those who don't know, SEO is search engine optimization, and that's basically talking about which topics are going to get views, more or less in simple terms. I'll explain that a lot more in the next section. I think the next step is to go on to step 2, which is building out this article. Okay, so now on to part 2, which is going to be building out the outline and structure of our blog. So if you've read or if you've written a blog, you know there's going to be a general structure. You're going to have a hook, intro, a few talking points, and then an outro. Now with this section specifically, we're going to be building out those talking points. So when you think of a blog, think of the bolded out text at the top of each header. That's what we're going to try to be formulating here. As you can see, please give me 10 SEO optimized talking points. If you're familiar with blogging and writing, chances are you know about SEO, search engine optimization. If you're not familiar, this is going to basically be the science or the analytics of getting your blog seen. So you want to make sure you're writing content that people are searching for and answering the questions they're asking for. We're also going to be doing a lot of SEO tutorials on this channel, so I don't want to go too heavy into it right now, but just understand that this is basically focusing on making sure your blog is giving you the best chance of getting seen. As I already went ahead, I asked for 10 SEO talking points for my blog. And then this is what ChatGPT gave me. At first glance, I'd say, reading through these, I like number 1. Number 2 is pretty good. 3 is great. Long tail keywords are really big for SEO. If you haven't heard that term before, long tail keywords are just longer terms that are typed into Google or YouTube. But for this case, Google. And you can search a short word, best running shoes. That's a shorter keyword. But if you want to make it a long tail keyword, it would be top 10 running shoes for CrossFit. A lot more words in there, so that makes it a long tail keyword. Those are great for getting a newer blog more likely to get some traffic to it, because with the smaller keywords, you're going to have a lot more competition, a lot more search volume, and a lot more traffic, but chances are a lot of those clicks are going to go to the bigger, more established blogs. So long tail keywords are vital if you are starting out or trying to grow your blog. I definitely want that one in there. Semantic search and AI writing, advanced algorithms, AI-powered analysis. Ooh, that's good. Fixing SEO weaknesses. Link building, those are crucial. The more third-party websites you have with your blog linked to it, on their page, that's going to add more credibility to your own page and therefore increase your SEO friendliness. The role of AI writing in SEO-friendly meta descriptions and title tags, that's perfect. My meta descriptions are, think of the built-in text that gets coded into your website whenever you break down the specific code, like all that, the techie code. That's what Google is actually crawling across the internet, and that's how it finds your blog. So meta descriptions are super important. Machine learning boosts engagement, SEO rankings, and the future of SEO. I like all of these, and I think all of them work with my blog, but I would like to keep it more concise, and I love doing top 5, top 10. I'll say for this one, let's just do top 5. So I'm going to pick my 5, and those are going to be my talking points. For now, let's say I'll do number 1, number 2, number 3, number 5, and number 7. Those are my top 5. Yeah, so now I have my talking points. Now we're going to start getting more specific and starting to work on our hook. Okay, so now we are on to the next part, which is writing our hook and our intro. So ChatGPT is really great with writing catchy hooks that are going to keep your reader staying on the page and wanting to, make it to the end of the blog. Hooks are one of my least favorite parts to write. I know what I want to say, but have a hard time formulating it in a way that's really catchy and attention grabbing. So ChatGPT is great for this. As you can see, I went up here, please write a catchy hook for a blog titled, and the blog I chose, and this is what it gave me. With ChatGPT 4, I actually found out while I was doing this, they don't have the regenerate response button. If you use ChatGPT 3, you know that you had regenerate response, which essentially was give the same question and you would get a different response. ChatGPT 4 doesn't have that currently. Maybe it's just while ChatGPT 4 is being rolled out, but for the time being, you can just ask rewrite and we'll give you another hook. I really like the first one, but I just wanted to do this to show you what the second one was. And having options is great because maybe there's a sentence or two that inspires a new thought, and you can add that in when you're editing later on, or maybe it just sounds better overall. But I went with the first hook. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this over to my blog that I'm building. As you can see, I already put the title, I already put our talking points, and now I'm just going to copy and paste our hook. Boom. Just going to bold it out. And then now we want to do our intro. Woohoo. So intro, let's go back to ChatGPT. And I tried to add a little extra more parameters to show you kind of what ChatGPT is capable of. You can write towards different demographics if you want to make things simpler. Maybe you have a younger audience and you want the words to be written geared towards something a 10-year-old could understand. Then you can write, please explain like I'm 10. For this, I chose to give parameters on word count. So please write a 300-word intro for this blog that would go after the first hook you gave me. ChatGPT is really good at keeping track of the conversation that you had with it. So it took the first hook I wanted and it copied it down here. And then it started to expand and give me my intro. I've already read it and I've looked through it and it looks really good. Something that I thought was interesting, I was curious about what the word count was. So I took it over here and I already know the answer because I already did this, but the word count is 357. So it wasn't 300 exactly, it gave me more, and having more can be helpful. So you can just trim it down when you're editing. But yeah, a lot of this was really good. And so it structured it pretty well. Like I didn't even have to do any writing. So that blank page is probably the worst part when you're blogging. Now it's like you're not doing the actual writing, you're just doing more of the editing. So you can see it's starting to come together. You know, we have our talking points, we have our title, we have our hook, we have our intro. The next points that we're going to do in its own section, I will cover the talking points individually. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't already, please smash that subscribe button, turn on notifications. We're really trying to grow the channel here, and we're going to be publishing a bunch of content to help you with not just ChatGPT, but all the other AI tools that are coming out, and there's a boatload of them. So we're going to be like your central spot to keep up to date with everything in the AI writing, marketing, digital creation world. So it would mean a lot if you could also to help spread awareness of our channel as we continue to grow. Let's go on to the next section. Yeah, this is going to be the bulk of our blog and probably the most in-depth you'll get with the blog. The hook and intro can kind of be a little generic. It's all up to you, but this is where we really want to get specific. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take our first talking point and I'm going to copy it. I'm going to take it over to ChatGPT. And I'm going to say, first I'm going to copy and paste. I'm going to say, please give me. Now, I will say this. In terms of word length, so fun fact, the average silent words read per minute is about 250 words a minute. If you think about it, 1,000-word blog will take you about 4 minutes. 2,000, you got 8 minutes. So, ideally I'd like to shoot for, let's say 1,500 words in this blog. If I do 300, that's going to be, times 5, that's already at my 1,500. And then I have my hook, intro, outro. So let's say I want to do just 250 words. So please give me 250 words for a section of my blog. The blog section is titled. Yeah, so this is going to just kind of be the process that you repeat. I don't want to submit a response while ChatGPT is writing, because that will cut the response it's giving now. So do want to wait. I have a feeling it's maybe going over 250, but it's not a big deal. We can always trim it down. Yes, I'm already starting to see some things I'm not really digging, which is fine. I'll just in conclusion, I don't want to be concluding, after the first talking point. You just want to have a natural flow. So this is where your blogging and, previous editing skills are going to come into play. And then I'm going to get started on the next one. So I'm going to copy this. Now we have our section here. Let's check the word count. Tools. Word count. 385. I knew it was going over, I had a feeling. So that's okay. I see a lot that we're going to cut down. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This would be another one, rewrite, or you can say, please make more concise. So see, it's still writing, and I can already see it's going to be a really long section. So I'm going to show you, please make your previous response much more concise. But then let's look at the comparison, because maybe it does a lot of good trimming for you. I personally used ChatGPT to expand or make things more concise in the past. A lot of times just take text you already have or copy you already have, put it in here, and then say what you want to do. Expand, concise, and it will do a pretty good job. So you'll be able to see the differences in length here. Oh, see, perfect. All right, so much more concise. You can already tell just from the eye test, right? So look at this novel it wrote up here. Trimmed it. Let's see how much this section is. Okay, so quick word count here. 160. Okay, so this is a quick section, which is fine. And then I'm going to repeat this process, which you do not need to see. You've already kind of got the gist of what we're going to do for these sections. You saw how it can be long, you saw how you can make it concise. And then for the next part, we are going to finish with the outro. If we scroll back up through the page, I filled out the rest of the talking points with responses from ChatGPT. And you can see we're already building out a really good blog, and I haven't had to physically write and take the time to write this. If you've written before, chances are you know that doing even this amount of work can take you, a day, but at the very least a few hours, and you're able to do this in just a few minutes. So yeah, this is a great section so far, but I want to close it out with the outro. So I'm going to copy my title here. Oh, and if you see this W right here, that is for WordTune. That's a cool AI extension that works right in your Google Documents. We have it in our other videos, so please go check that out. We compare the top 10 AI writing tools, and WordTune was one of them. And if you want to learn about the other ones that we have and I use on a day-to-day basis as well, please go check out that video and let us know that you got there from this tutorial. Yeah, we have ChatGPT here. You'll see at the top, it's ChatGPT 3, because while we were filming this in real time, ChatGPT 4 got overloaded and is no longer working. So you'll actually be able to see the difference in speed with ChatGPT 3. And you can, OpenAI tells you right here, it grades, it's better, ChatGPT 4 better with reasoning and conciseness, not so much with speed. And I will say on the conciseness part, I don't necessarily agree with it based off of, what you just saw. You had a right to tell it to make it a little bit more concise. So here, speed, which the default ChatGPT, this is the max. So let's say, please write an outro for me. Please. All right, cool. Like I mentioned earlier, ChatGPT 3, it has a regenerate response button. I'll just show you what it looks like. And you can see the speed is much faster. It's different style. Rewrite with, maybe you are trying to sell something. You could rewrite with a more persuasive tone. Cool. So it's a little bit more persuasive. It mentions, it identifies the problems that you're facing with writing blogs and getting them SEO optimized. So it talks about how AI can help. So it makes it a little bit more like engaging. You're more likely to want to use it rather than just be like, okay, here's what I covered. So you can change tone with ChatGPT. You can have it write with specific personalities. So if you wanted to write your outro in the style of Jerry Seinfeld, you could do that if you wanted.
But the reservation keeps the car here. That's why you have the reservation.
I know why we have reservations.
I don't think you do.
Not for this blog, but maybe you have a Jerry Seinfeld fan fiction blog. The possibilities are endless, but that's just one of the parameters you can use. I like this, so I'm going to copy it. I'm going to take it over to the outro. Boom, copy, paste. And yeah, that's a complete blog. And I'm going to do a quick word count on it. Tools, word count. 1900. Okay, so I was originally going for 1500, but in the next section, we are going to do some editing. So we're not exactly done yet, but 1900 words. Currently it's going to be around a 7 to 8 minute blog with average reading speeds. So not bad. It's kind of what I was going for on my target. Maybe yours is different, and you can adjust accordingly. But let's go on to the next section where we finally edit the blog and get it ready for posting. As you know, it's a very time-consuming process. It can also be some of the hardest stuff that you will do when it comes to making your blog. And this is really where you're going to let your personal experience come into play. As you read through your AI content, there's some stuff you might not agree with, or maybe it's just repetitive, and you're going to want to edit it to your style. What you can do to use the AI tools to help you with this is you can actually have ChatGPT give you feedback on the whole thing. It's kind of funny that it's giving feedback on itself because it did write all of this and I haven't done any editing yet. But what you can do is you can copy and paste. So I'm copying and I'm going to say, can you give me feedback on my full blog? I'd be happy to provide feedback on your full blog. Please link or the content with me. I'll do my best to provide constructive feedback. So now you just control paste and watch. Whoa, right? Overall, your blog on AI writing and SEO is well organized, informative, engaging. Wow, way to pat yourself on the back, ChatGPT.
Now let's pat ourselves on the back for a job well done.
Your hook draws the reader in and sets the tone. Each section well written. style writing is persuasive, engaging. The only suggestion I would make is provide more examples of case studies to illustrate the benefits of AI writing and SEO. Pretty good suggestion. You don't want to just say you can make better SEO friendly blogs with AI writing. You want to show some examples. Maybe there's someone online who has experience, use ChatGPT to write a blog for their website, and then they show the Google Analytics or SEMrush, Ahrefs Analytics, and they can say, hey, this AI written blog boosted my traffic. Then I have seen some of those, but this is just good feedback that I got from ChatGPT. Another popular thing that ChatGPT didn't mention here but has in the past is talks about images. So I'm going to say, every blog you want images, visual aids to help the reader and get them more engaged. So I'm going to say, what would be some good images to add? So infographics, screenshots, before and after examples, data visualization, illustrations. You can get these images from your stock photos. You can use AI art generators if you're familiar with ChatGPT and AI art writers. You probably have heard of stuff like Midjourney and DALL-E, which are two of the most popular tools. So, check those out. I do have some channels that I use to help me with Midjourney. So I will link those videos down in the description. So you can start kind of getting familiar with AI art if that's something you want to use. This is basically going to kind of wrap up the tutorial for writing the best blogs with ChatGPT. Here at AI Marketing Creator Tools, we are going to be publishing a lot of content on ChatGPT, other popular writing tools, comparison videos, tutorials, news updates. We want to be the central part that you can go to for all your AI news, and also kind of just help you use AI it doesn't have to displace you. There's kind of this idea that AI is going to displace, but we actually think it's going to be enhancing. So the point of this channel, we want to help you use AI to enhance your day-to-day life and make things easier for you. As you can see with this tutorial, writing a blog, this length of writing would take you a long time, hours, maybe a day. And now you get a lot of the groundwork done, even though it's not going to be fully complete. It's going to open up a lot more time so you can be way more efficient and productive in your workday. So yeah, if you like this, please like, subscribe, turn on notifications, share with a friend, give us some feedback on what you liked, what you didn't like, what you want to learn going forward. I'll be responding to all the comments. And yeah, we here at AI Creator Tools are thankful for you watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.